Good afternoon again, YouTube. It's your guy J. Crew to you coming at you with my second video here on this day, July 4th, 2022. Want to post a video about another disappointing read that I've had the unfortunate experience of coming across. Story kind of broke this week in regard to an NBA player. I don't know if you guys know about him, but I only really began to become aware of this guy over the past 4 to 5 months because he's becoming known as one of the more bright young talents in the league. He just plays for a mediocre, if not bad, team at times. It's just about a story by the name of a guy by the name of Myles Bridges. Uh, he's a forward, I believe, small forward for the Charlotte Bobcats, professional NBA team over there in North Carolina, and he's become one of these guys who's kind of known for his dunking prowess. Kind of like a big body built dude, about 6'6", 6'7", 225, 230. And as you can see, this picture of him is of him right here from this article that I pulled up. I'll post the link in the bio, once or the link in the description rather, once I kind of wrap this video up. But Miles, like I said, he's becoming known as one of the more bright young talents in the league who has a tendency to do spectacular stuff, especially with dunking. If you never heard of him, but he's hit a bit of a skid this week. And when I say he's hit a bit of a skid, this could really hurt him at the worst of time, which makes his decision seem to be extremely boneheaded and extremely just impulsive at just the wrong time, in his life. Um, for people who are not aware of it, I believe the NBA free agency uh, period just began maybe this past week. And for people who don't know what that is, that's when guys from certain teams, if they have the ability to sort of like get out of the current contracts they're in, they can sort of sign with other teams for big time contract extensions. For that could be tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. And Miles Bridges was reportedly one of these players who was going to be in contention for that. But unfortunately, this past week, news broke that I think his wife um, uh, posted pictures of him, posted pictures of herself on social media, and she was kind of been beaten up and scarred, and she was claiming that Miles Bridges was the guy that did this. Her name is Michelle Johnson, and with and I think her and Miles share a young son together, and that and those pics kind of just shock people in the sports world because, like I said, Miles isn't one of these young guys who has sort of like a bad image or is perceived as a thug. I know people see his tattoo, they might think otherwise, but he didn't have that image. But she basically was saying that he really is kind of like a bad guy. She posted reasons as to why he should be perceived as a bad guy. As I kind of move, through this article here, I'm gonna stop it right here. Where this is a photo of her, where she was reportedly beaten up. She's obviously in a medical facility, and she was saying that Miles, has beaten her before, and this is an example of the damage that he has caused. And she said when she went to the hospital recently, uh, she had a fracture to her nasal bone, a rib contusion, multiple bruises, a neck strain. Just to name a few of her injury. And this is just not good because let me just go ahead and say this right now. If you beating up on women and you're a known person, it's gonna hurt you. Like in the perception of fan support and just your public image in general. It's gonna screw you up. And so this is not good news for Miles. That's why I kind of preface this video by saying all that stuff that this is a free agency period. He picked a bad time to be doing this because again, and again, I don't think this is coincidence. I think she posted this on purpose because she wanted to screw him up and get back at him. Because again, he's one of these guys who has the potential to get like a contract that's over like $100 million or something because he's a bright young talent in the NBA. And and also I think news broke within the last 2 or 3 days that the Los Angeles Police Department has charged him with felony domestic battery. And matter of fact, if you look at this statement right here, it says Bridges was arrested for felony violation of 273.5 parentheses A penal code, intimate partner violence with head injury related to a June 27 incident, according to an updated news release issued Friday. And so he's been charged basically with felony domestic violence. So this is a very serious incident. I believe that he's probably not going to do any jail time. He'll probably plead out to some lesser charge, maybe like a misdemeanor or something, pay like a heavy fine, and he'll probably get suspended by the NBA. Again, that's just my opinion. And so, but this is horrible news for Myles. And to add insult to injury, and I have to question this, even though it may be legitimate. I also saw a video where Miss Michelle Johnson, his wife, posted a video where she was recording her son saying that he saw Myles Bridges jump on her. They started beating her up. But again, you have to sort of question that because that young kid could be coached. She could be coaching him to say that. So I want to go ahead and put that out there too. I'm not gonna, post that video anywhere in the link. I think it's kind of rough to look at. I just don't like that. The fact that, a young man is sort of being recorded as saying that he's witnessed a parent go through domestic violence. I think it was a very disturbing video to watch. But like I said, on the free agency front, I don't know if anybody gonna be willing to give him a contract right now, because this guy's looking at possible jail time, unquestionably a heavy fine, and probably some type of charge he'll have to plead down, and that just doesn't look good, because if you're an organization and you're looking to bring in somebody who's never been part of your organization, but you got to deal with some crap like this, it's gonna make you think twice about actually doing it. So this could really hurt Myles Bridges. And again, I said before in the video, I think this may have occurred recently, and they said, what was it, June 27th? Bruh, you was right around the corner from free agency, but you choose to do this now? It just makes me kind of shake my head at the guy. Because I know we all do stuff in the heat of the moment, but you can't condone that, man. And then the young son probably saw that. But again, I'm going to say reportedly, because he could be coached by the mother to say that. But it's just sad, man. It's a brother got a lot of talent, in terms of basketball. And he may have just, I'm not going to say he's ruined himself. Some people are already saying that. I think they may be speaking too fast with that. But I'm going to say he's kind of retarded his potential by doing that. He's retarded his potential. Just very, very unfortunate. Like I said, you can't condone that. The domestic violence stuff, that's very unfortunate, bro. Very unfortunate. So we'll have to continue to monitor the Myles Bridges situation to see what comes of this. But just bad decision making in the worst of times. So, he took maybe what could have been a very positive moment in his life and just really possibly made it one of the most embarrassing moments in his life. Hopefully, the family will be okay. I never like to hear about women getting beat up, or especially a child witnessing something like that, because that may affect that child for their life, for the remainder of their life, man. So that's very hard to hear about. Said Myles Bridges ain't number 24 years old. And I think he averaged 20 points a game this past year. And I said that may not sound like a lot, but he's a guy who's kind of coming into his own in the NBA. But we have to continue to monitor the situation to see what comes of it. She got J. Crew to you, coming at you with video number 2 here on July 4th, 2022. Happy Independence Day again to those of you who celebrated. If you like the video, hit the like button. You want to subscribe? Thank you. Have a great one.